So in this video, as part of your activity, I'm going to teach you how to create a game. And for this activity, you will be creating a game. And this is a game for children. So if you have kids, you're more than welcome to use the spreadsheet to let them learn and play your game. So first and foremost, you want to set up your Excel spreadsheet. What we're going to practice here is the skill that you would have learned in a previous lesson called conditional formatting. Now, for this activity, you'll need to use your own images. You'll need to design your own game as well. So maybe you want to try something a little bit different. For this game, I'm going to go with Samoan words. So let's go ahead and get started. So now, the first thing that we want to do here is we want to create we want to put in a background image. Now, for your activity, you'll need to go online and find your own background image. I've used one that's license free from a website that allows us to use pictures. So let's go ahead and get started. So in the page layout section, you want to look for background. So I've clicked on background. It may take a little bit of a moment to load, and then we click from a file. Now it's taken me to a folder where I've already prepared an image. You may need to scroll around and find out where you've saved your image that you've used or you've looked up for. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Samoa. So this is my image. Now the next stage we want to do here is we want to resize some of these cells. Now I'm going to create something along this line with this size. So we need to resize the image. So you've got here two images here, one here and one here. Now we want to create 6 columns. Now I prefer to have them evenly spaced. You don't have to evenly space them. Now what I'm trying to do here with the columns is I'm trying to keep them within these two images. More importantly, this image. Now if we click here, we're going to expand these so it can be within the image. So you'll need to do this for yours as well. So you should have your image here at least once, and that's what's more important. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit smaller. Here we go. Alright, so I'm happy with the size here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So it should be a total number of 9 blocks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a border. Now the reason why we want to create a border, so go home and border there, is you want to know where the blocks are. And the reason for this is because we're going to hide the picture. And the aim of this game for the players will be that if they put the right word, it removes the color and reveals a part of each of the picture. And the aim of the game was to unlock the picture. So what we're going to do here is you'll see this little block here. If you click on that, that will select everything in the worksheet. And what we're going to do here is we're going to right click and go format cells. Now you'll see here that there's an option called fill. So you can choose whichever color you want. I'm going to go with more of a lighter blue, a light shade of blue, and then click OK. And now behind this color is the picture, and we're going to set up the rest of this sheet. So for this part of the video, I've kind of skipped it so that you don't have to go through watching me type out everything individually. Now these are the words that I'm going to use. And so the aim of this game will be that for these words, they'll need to match them in the Samoan language. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I've typed out on the words. So for these blocks, you want to do that as well. And I'm going to reformat them so that they're a little bit clearer for kids and they look a little bit more presentable. So you'll need to select all the options here. And I'm going to change the font to something a little bit user-friendly for the kids and a bit clearer to read. So this one I might actually use for my nephew. Okay, so I've changed it to that format, and then I'm going to change the size to make it a little bit nicer. And what we'll do is we'll center it. So this is the option here under home. This one allows you to center, and I'm going to center it vertically as well. So you'll see here an option to align in the middle. And I might even change the color. Let's go with a bit of purple. Maybe not purple, I'll probably go with orange. Okay. And there you have your formatting. Next part we're going to move on is to the actual conditional formatting. So let's get started. Now to set up the condition, you can find this on the home page, but we're going to look at each cell. So for this one is hello, and over here we want to set it up so that it says hello in Psalm 1. So that word for this area would have to be talofa. So from the home page, you'll click on conditional formatting, and then you click on new rule. Now the option here is format only cells that contain, and so the cell value must be equal to, and this one I'm going to write talofa. And so anything that has talofa in this cell must be this format. So I'm going to click on format, and I'm going to click on fill. So I want to make sure that that's set to no color. And then we're going to go OK. So let's test it out. If I type in talofa here, talofa, and that is now blank. So I'm going to pause this video for a moment so I can fill up the rest. So you need to carry on with the rest. So I'm just going to test it here one more time with you. Do feel free to rewind, and so that you can learn the concept again. So I'm going to go conditional formatting, and I've selected the second cell. Conditional formatting, new rule. Format only the cell that contains. Between is equal to, and water in Psalm 1 is vai. And we'll change the formatting here to no color for the border, no fill, and then we'll click OK. So let's try that again. If I go talofa, if I go vai, and it reveals that part of the picture. So I'm going to pause this video so that I can complete the rest, and then we'll move on to the next step to make sure that it's ready for kids to be able to use. So I've just set these conditions. I haven't tested it, so we can test it now. Hopefully it works. I highly recommend you test yours too before you post it. If you ever make a mistake, always use Control Z, which is undo. So let's give it a shot. So talofa, great, vai for water, house, fale, ipu, ise, ofu. I'm new in, by the way, so thinking I'm doing okay on this. Ulu, cool. So we've got all of them revealed, and I'm just going to do undo to clear them up again. Now, last part you want to consider is, since they're kids, they might play around and touch different parts, and you don't want them to edit other things other than this area itself. So I'm going to teach you how to lock the cells so nothing else can be edited or touched. So firstly, we only want this area to be edited. So by default, Excel locks every cell. So what we really need to do is unlock a cell. And I'm going to give you a bit more information about that later. So you want to select these certain areas, right click and click Format Cells. And you'll notice here, I've already clicked it and it'll go straight to here. For you, it might be in a different area. But you want to click Protection, and you'll see that the tick box lock is already ticked. We want to untick that so that the players can edit that area when we lock the sheet. So if I click on OK, so one from here to here should now be unlocked. And what we want to do is go to this area called Review, that tab, the Review tab, and click on Protect Sheet. Now if you want, you can put a password protection to unlock it and edit it as you please. So we don't want people to, we want to untick this box called select lock cells. I'm not going to set a password here. And then there's an option here called select locked cells, and that's what we want to allow. So if we click OK, and notice how it changes to unprotect sheet. So you go back home, notice here I can still click hello, oh not hello, it's hello, and it'll still unlock, but because it's locked, I can't touch any. Notice how I'm trying to click here, I can't touch anything else or edit anything else. Just these 6 boxes. So with these skill sets, you could even go so far as to doing more than 9. You can change the picture. Maybe you just want, say, match the word hello with hello. You might want to play a different game. Your task for this film is to create your own game and share it with others, and to try another person's game and comment on it. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll put this game that I've created into this post so that you can have a little tutorial play around. You already know that you can unlock it to see how it works and what the rules are. So have fun with this one.